welcome to the first episode of Viper Falls, A Week in the Life. Of course, we had to start the series off with one of my favorite Sims in the neighborhood, Daisy. Daisy's a bit of a wild card. She's a rich party girl who's just looking for love, and she has found love in the arms of her parents' butler, Christopher Cook. Now, there is a bit of an age gap between Daisy and Christopher, but that's okay with her. Daisy has recently been cut off by her family. Her parents are really against the idea of her marrying someone older than her dad, but Daisy just cannot understand why they can't see how in love she is and how she has truly never been happier. Well, she loves being a mom. She's not sure if she loves being a wife. Or more specifically, she's not sure if she loves being Christopher's wife. But this is her life, and she really doesn't have anywhere else to go because the family often has no money whatsoever. Daisy is the only one really working in the family at the moment. Christopher did have a job as a high school yearbook teacher, but he quit that soon after their baby daughter Ellie was born to stay home full-time with her. A decision that Daisy didn't really support, but again, she didn't know what other choice she had. Both Christopher and Daisy do love being parents, even if they can't necessarily stand each other. They've just recently had their first baby together, and Daisy is finding out that married life maybe isn't all it's cracked up to be, and maybe it's not what she wants with her life either. Oh well. As Britney Spears said, I can't see no harm in working and being a mom, so that's just what Daisy does. She works full-time at a construction business that she got as a favor from one of her dad's friends. So she's kind of a Nepo baby, and she still has the connections, even though her family's cut her off. She's the full-time worker, the breadwinner in this family, while Christopher takes care of the house, cooks most of the meals, and takes care of the baby. And things are good, because Daisy doesn't really have a choice for things to be bad, you know? Yeah, so Daisy has been on a search for love most of her life. She always felt kind of detached from her parents. Her dad's a big CEO, her mom's a big scientist. They were both workaholics who were never really there to teach her right from wrong. But anyway, Daisy has now ended up with the family's former butler, Christopher. Christopher was fired after Daisy's dad found out about their elopement. But again, things happen. Life just throws curveballs at you. And Daisy's father has also recently cut off access to Daisy's trust fund because, again, he's a little upset that she married the family butler, who is 50 years older than her. But love is love, you know? And Daisy's happy. Or she thinks she's happy. And that's what matters, right? Thinking you're happy, even if you're not happy, just going through the motions and telling yourself things are okay. And you like being married to a man who gets a senior citizen discount. This is just a typical week in the life for Daisy and Christopher. Like I said, kind of an unusual household because he's older, so he doesn't work, and she's the breadwinner, and she's still working that construction job that her dad set up for her. He let her keep the job that he set up, but he said, that's it, no more monthly money, and she was like, fine, Christopher will take care of me, and obviously that didn't really pan out. But you know what? True love conquers all, or something like that. things are pretty simple. I mean, no news is good news, right? Sometimes there's roaches outside, but Daisy's now well versed in getting rid of those, so that's no problem at all. She and Christopher have their routine. They take care of the baby, they eat their food, she goes to work, they spray the roaches. Sometimes we get the flu, but that's just part of living, baby, and that's what Daisy just wants to do, is just live her life. It's so frustrating how hard it is to see the roaches when it's snowing. I know there's the like X-ray cursor, but that doesn't really do the job. But it's okay. It's just annoying how they will autonomously go and stomp the roaches and cry about the roaches. All right, you know what? I'm complaining, but I know there are plenty of mods out there where they don't auto stomp, they auto spray, but truth be told, I like the drama it brings. It's always exciting when the sim gets sick. I do have a lot of more sickness mods, so the sickness can really take sims out. And I have had games before where a flu has wiped out like a whole generation. So I like to keep that little edge in my gameplay just to make things a little more exciting. Okay, and we are pregnant with baby number 2. She has the flu and she's pregnant. That is gonna be a rough combination, but Daisy is a hardworking girl, and I know that she will get through it. I really do have a soft spot for all my Sims, even the flawed ones, because I think everybody's flawed, and it's so boring to play with a perfect game. I really have a blast making these crazy stories. So anyway, Daisy's now pregnant, has the flu, is married to an old man, has a newborn. He's stinky. The construction in their house is kind of weird. When it snows, the roof comes through the bathroom. Again, just one of those things. If Daisy's parents were still talking to her, she would just ask her dad for money or something to fix the roof. But because Daisy is now determined to be a self-made woman, not by choice, because she was cut out of the trust fund, that is not an option. Christopher's too weak and frail to fix the roof himself, so they just kind of live with it. And that sums up how a lot of things are in their life and their house. A little broken, but they're just living with it. All right, as you all know, when Sims are pregnant, their needs tank so fast. It is so hard. When I got back into playing The Sims, I played The Sims 3 for a while before switching to my beloved Sims 2, and I was so shook when I started playing Sims 2 again, because I was like, their needs just dropped so fast. Obviously, there's a learning curve. I play with the I was gonna say apartment life, but I think it's free time that comes with the aspiration benefits. So handy. All my Sims have all their aspiration benefits on. There's like a slower need decay. There's some fun little aspiration related rewards too, but the slower need decay, game changer, literally. And like I said, a lot of their life is just kind of wash, rinse, repeat, going through the motions. They have their tiny family home base because her parents don't really talk to her, and her brother Dean is going through his own issues, as we will unpack as the series goes along. So Daisy's just kind of on her own, and she's burned her bridges with her cousins, but it's fine, you know, because she has her little baby, and she has her old man husband, and that's all she needs. And now it's Ellie's birthday. She's growing into a toddler. Ellie is super cute. The blonde hair. I think Christopher might have been a blonde when he was younger, and I know that Daisy's grandmother, who Ellie is named after, Ella, was also a blondie. So yeah, I love how The Sims 2, their recessive genes will always come through. I don't know, the whole generation thing is so cool and like so ahead of its time in my opinion. Like, this game is timeless. It's 22 years after its release and I'm still playing. Christopher can't find any work because he's so old. He's only qualified to be a butler, but no one wants to hire him as a butler now that he has had an affair with this girl he's known for 20 years. So Christopher is kind of blacklisted from working, but that's cool. He just stays in the house all day. And now they're all just cooped up in the house all day. Oh my god, they're all gonna get the flu. And then Ellie is growing up to be a very independent toddler. Again, her mom is pregnant, battling the flu. She's always pretty much sleeping or eating. And then her dad just keeps giving her bottle after bottle, but that's okay. But yeah, he's also tired all the time, so that leaves Ellie a lot of time just to kind of hang out by herself. But that's okay. She likes hanging out by herself. Hopefully having a younger sibling around will be good for Ellie. Give her someone to hang out with. All right, in an effort to make the whole household not get the flu, I said, Daisy, we need to make some grandma's comfort soup stat. Again, another aspiration benefit. The grandma's comfort soup will always cure a sickness, I think, if done right. I think if they burn it, it doesn't work. We need her and Christopher to eat that soup. She's a family set. Oh my god, she burned it. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna have the flu and we're just gonna deal with the consequences of our actions. Oh, she only made one. Okay, whatever, girl. I know that soup does not taste good. I know it does not taste good. Ellie is running this household as she should. Again, I have Christopher on, I guess I was gonna say like nanny duty, but he's a parent, so he's on parenting duty because Daisy is down with the flu and pregnant, double whammy. So Christopher will be helping Ellie learn all of her life skills. It's so funny, when I played this game as a kid, like all the families look the same. If there is anything bad happen, I quit the game without saving, and just like, and then I'd be like, oh, why am I bored of this game? Because the game is fun when crazy chaotic things happen. That is the point of the game, and I don't know why it took me until almost 30 years old to realize it, but here we are. And then here we have a cute family moment. I just really love this scene. Daisy brushing her teeth, Christopher is giving Ellie a bath, and it just kind of captures, I think, the essence of this household. Like, very tight spaces, but they all really do like each other. And as more time goes on, Daisy's like, okay, I think I do like Christopher. I can make this work. It's just not the fairy tale that she had envisioned for herself when she was younger, but after a lot of bad dates, and again, trying to hook up with her cousin's husband, which led to its own can of worms, Daisy's just happy to have someone who loves her as she is. And she's adjusting to working and cleaning. She's cleaning toilets now. So yeah, we're just waiting for the arrival of the newest member of the family. Daisy's making some breakfast. Again, she's become so self-sufficient since living with Christopher, and especially now. With Ellie being a toddler, Christopher spends almost all his time taking care of her, teaching her how to talk and walk, so Daisy can rest, and Daisy really appreciates that. So she can make her own meals and clean some toilets sometimes. Things were really hard for Daisy and Christopher in the beginning, but as Ellie grows older and as their love grows older as well,
I think Daisy's really realizing, okay, so we don't have a lot of money, but we have a lot of love in this house, and that's more love than my family had. Because again, her parents are both workaholics, very distant, weren't home often. She and her brother Dean were also very independent children. And Daisy just never wants Ellie to feel the way that Daisy feels about her parents. You know, Daisy's really making a go of it and really trying to be better. And I guess that's all you can be, right? It's just be better than before with the knowledge you have.
Like I said in the beginning, I have a real soft spot for Daisy. I know that she tried to hook up with her cousin Dawn's husband, but I really do think Daisy's coming from a place where she didn't get attention from her parents, so she's just always seeking that love and reassurance, and she was looking for it in all the wrong places until she met Christopher. And yes, he's older, but he provides her with that stability that she's been craving her whole life. And she just popped out of bed to examine the flower planter. And then she said, "My husband is so hot." And of course, he's starving because he's always taking care of Ellie. Oh, but instead of eating, he's also gonna look at the flower planter. I think Daisy's so gorgeous, one of my favorite Sims. And now that Daisy's feeling a little bit better, Christopher is kind of back on cooking duty, and Daisy's helping out with teaching Ellie her skills because Daisy does love being a mom. She loves being a mom and she loves being a wife. Again, she still goes kind of back and forth if she loves being Christopher's wife, but she's like, okay, I'm pregnant. We have a kid together. My family won't talk to me anymore. This is kind of all I got. But I really think Daisy is a really good mom and a good person at her core. I think she's just a little misguided, a little lost in life. And when we play Dean, her brother, we'll get to see more of her parents' dynamic and kind of how that would have shaped her. Christopher cannot stop getting bottles. He's always in the bathroom, I feel like. The whole family is always in the bathroom. It's a pretty tiny bathroom. All right, and like I said, Christopher is a good dad at his core. I mean, he's like 70 years old, so if he was still like an F-boy, that would be really sad on a lot of levels. Like, he should be having grandkids right now, but you know what? Whatever. Daisy's always hoping that her family's gonna call her and want to chat, but it's never for her, or she gets the phone too late. She's really lonely, and she's realizing as she creates her own family how important family really is to her and her values, and everything she was chasing and seeking before was just trying to find her own place in this world. Here I am with the aspiration benefits. Everybody's getting it. Yeah, see, everyone got them. Okay, I thought she was cured from the flu. Whatever, it's fine. She takes a lot of naps while she's pregnant.
So Daisy doesn't really have many friends either. She was always kind of, the rich girl, out of touch in high school growing up. And then when she got older, she tried to reconnect with her cousins. But obviously that didn't really go well when she overstayed her welcome at their house. So Daisy does spend a lot of time alone, but that also gives her a lot of time to do some soul searching. And truly, she is finding inner peace in this time off from work. And like I said, the more she thinks about it, the more she reflects. She's like, okay, Christopher's a good guy. He can be kind of annoying and eccentric sometimes, but he's a good guy. And he's just looking for love too. And they're just two lost souls who found each other and are now building their dream life together. And now, Christopher's getting a little worried too. He's like, Daisy's really sick and she's pregnant and she seems sad. And then he's like, I'm really tired all the time too. Maybe we shouldn't be having all these children if we can't afford them. But you know what? Daisy's like, effort we've all. And then the food is rotten. Like, that is the most unappetizing area to sit in. But Daisy was raised a very privileged, pampered life. So she's not used to picking up after herself and doesn't really know the warning signs to look for when food's gone bad. Because she always just had someone to make the food for her, put the food away for her. She never had to worry about stuff going bad. Now she's gonna get food poisoning, have the flu, and be pregnant. Christopher has to sleep all the time because, again, he is geriatric and cannot be awake for more than 4 hours at a time. So he and Ellie are kind of on the same sleep schedule. She's a toddler, he's an old man.
I know Daisy's also on that sleeping schedule because she has multiple illnesses. I know Daisy is ready for this baby to be out of her. Like I said, she has a lot of illnesses going on. And also, I think she's going a little crazy being stuck around Christopher this much. Because again, he's like a little old man. But she also chose to marry that old man. So they really did get together like super randomly. They got matched on a blind date. And then I think he invited her downtown. And then he proposed using ACR. So like they truly got together like on their own terms. And I've just been rolling with it. But yeah, it's kind of sad. Ellie's never met her grandparents or her uncle. The last time Dean, Daisy's brother, came over was when Daisy was pregnant with Ellie. And Dean, like I said, is going through his own journey and questions and story arc. So he's busy doing all that. And he also lives with the parents who have cut Daisy off. So it's kind of, yeah, a lot going on. Like I said, he seems like a good guy. He's just like, can't do much because Elder is in the game, can't hold normal jobs. But he's a good dad. And he's trying. Oh, well, see, you know, he gets confused a lot, but he's trying, and that counts for something, I like to think. Okay, you just gave her a bottle. See, like, I worry about mental state of this household because he seems confused a lot. Oh my god, go. Oh my god. Go pee. Dude. Dude, get out of the bed and go to the bathroom. Thank you.
Dean keeps calling the house and he's insistent that he talks to Christopher, which is really confusing to Daisy because she didn't even know that Dean and Christopher were that close. She's like, whatever, Dean, he's busy right now. But that makes her think. And she decides to call her mom. And she and her mom talk for the first time in a while. And it's a really nice conversation. And Daisy's really surprised and she could tell they both needed it. It wasn't until Daisy became a mom that she realized how much she needed her mom and how much she missed her. A lot of Daisy being cut off was done by her dad, Joe Carr. And the rest of the family just kind of went along with it because Joe runs the money, he's the head of a company, he holds a lot of power. But Daisy's mom and brother miss her, and she knows her dad misses her too. And I think they're all gonna work it out on the remix. And now we have Daisy helping out with the baby because she's feeling a little better now. She's over all her illnesses. Now she is only pregnant and she's far enough along now where she's not getting morning sickness. Her needs aren't taking as bad. We are just waiting for this baby to come. And this should be coming any day now. Oh, and here we go. Let's see, is it gonna be a boy or a girl? Oh my gosh, Ellie in the background just playing with her blocks as her mom is screaming. That's so funny. Where is Christopher? Like, how did he miss that whole thing? He's downstairs getting bottles. Let's see, another little blonde baby. Oh my gosh. Again, I don't know where this blonde hair is coming from. I think it's coming from Christopher and Daisy's grandmother. And let's see, we will name this baby Ethan. All right, and then I just wanted to do a quick renovation of the house and kind of build a little nursery on the side. Again, the family is lower in funds, so it was a little tricky, but I just kind of decided I was going to expand all the space. I never really cared about the roof adjuster until I started getting back into playing about a year ago. Yeah, I just think there's so many cool little, like, things I do now, or just so many cool things that I do now in my gameplay that I didn't used to do or I didn't know about. And again, it just goes back to the idea that this is such a versatile game and really does stand the test of time. Like, no other game that I've ever played has ever gotten me hooked like The Sims 2. Not even The Sims 3 or The Sims 4. The Sims 2 is my favorite. Okay, here he is. And he's very happy to have a son. He's like, oh my gosh, we have a daughter and a son. Our family is complete. But of course, Daisy has really found her purpose in being a mom. And she's not sure if she's ready to call it quits yet. And Christopher's kind of like, we don't have that much money. But then she's like, do you want to go woohoo? And he's like, yeah. So we shall see whether they have more children like Daisy wants or they stop at 2. Only time will tell. But I feel like Daisy's pretty good at getting what she wants. Just like that, we're settled back into the little routine, the rinse, wash, repeat, except now with another human in the mix. And I know things can seem a little slow sometimes, but they always start slow in the beginning to set the scene. I do think Christopher is close to a nervous breakdown. He didn't really want a big family. He's a knowledge sim. He wanted to chase big adventure, solve the big mysteries of life with his life, and instead he is a glorified butler, but he's not getting paid like a butler. And also, he has 2 newborn children but they seem happy, they seem like they're in love, and that's all that matters. And they think that they're both really hot, so that's all that matters too. They're proud of each other. He said, good job on being so creative. You mastered the creativity skill. But then he cannot stop thinking about his own life and the things he hasn't mastered. And Daisy's kind of like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. My family doesn't do emotions. Just kind of watches him cry. All right, and that's all on Daisy's family for now. We have part 2 for the second half of the week coming out very soon. So make sure that you like and subscribe so you can be the first to know when new Viper Falls episodes drop. I'm so excited to finally bring voice commentary to the series, and just thank you guys all for the continued support of the Viper Falls neighborhood and the Grilled Cheese Girl channel in general. It means so much to me, and I'm truly so happy to be posting my game, and just to have this amazing community is just so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in part 2. Thank y'all again. See you next time.